bring this meeting to order. Can we please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Brenda, may we have a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Counselor Andrews,
Present.
Counselor Catalano,
Here.
Counselor Flegel,
Here.
Counselor Coroli,
Here.
Counselor Touche,
Here.
Counselor Shear, and Mayor Carpenter.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Announcements, please silence all cellular devices during the meeting. And anyone interested in applying for the vacant Borough Council seat should attend Tuesday, April 9th Borough Council meeting to be interviewed during the public meeting. Special visitors, none scheduled, and this would open public comment period number 1. Please keep your comments under 5 minutes and come up to the mic.
Marcus Rydell, 625 North Railroad. Last meeting, y'all were discussing the emergency management plan that's been delivered by the county. I've been involved in emergency management, EMS, and fire services for over 30 years. That is the worst emergency management plan I've ever seen in my life. I've helped draft them, I've helped made them. I looked at it, we could have ours done using bits from that 3 days. I actually drafted a new one. I didn't have it with me tonight because I was coming back from work late, but you could have your own drafted within 3 days, just using what the county gave and work it into what fits this borough.
That's the one that's in the paper right now in the news.
Yeah.
All right, if there's no other public comment, we'll close comment period 1 and go to the consent calendar. The following agenda items will be acted upon by a single motion unless a member of Borough Council wishes to specific item to be voted on separately. Approve the minutes of March 12th, 2024 Borough Council meeting. Approve the payment of all bills listed on February 2024 detailed check listing report, and approve the treasurer's report for the period February 1 through February 29, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I will make that motion.
A second.
I do want to let you know beforehand, only because I email when I have questions, but I did have a question about the check listing, which was answered, so I'm good, but I like to let everybody know that I did that.
Thank you. Action and discussion items?
All those in favor?
Oh, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those against?
No, I'm an aye.
You're an
Oh,
aye,
yeah,
okay.
so fast. Sorry.
Action and discussion items, amend Western Lebanon County Regional Police Commissioner Charter Agreement, discussion upon and if appropriate, amend Article 10 Pensions, Section B of the Western Lebanon County Regional Police Commissioner Charter Agreement to name existing Section B to B.1, and add Section B.2 to require any municipalities wishing to join the regional department to determine the status of their police pension plans and to fund those plans to a minimum level of 95% funded prior to joining, and increase that funding to 100% within 36 months of joining the regional department.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? On to reports. The president is not here today. I don't have anything to share. So the financial report. Are there any questions?
I did have a question which was answered.
On to the fire department. Still over there. Library report. To add anything to that?
I don't need to add anything to it? Nope.
I have one thing for library. Chelsea just sent us I guess the library is applying for a DCED grant for some
Oh,
possible
yes.
expansion. And she just wants us to
Letter of support.
sign a letter of support, which she provided the letter, it's just a matter we have to put it on. I just wanted to make sure you're aware of it, and I'm sure you don't have any objections to it, so I'll take care of that tomorrow probably.
Police Department, Chief?
Really have a whole lot. Do you guys have any questions on the statistics in front of you? That's all I have for right now.
Okay. Moving right along, Rec Commission.
They were emailed.
Okay. And then we move on to Solicitor's Report. We had a letter dated March 2024 concerning Christopher Bainey Jr.'s appeal of the denial of the liquor license transfer from request for 1 East Main. Discussion on an appropriate suggest motion to authorize the Borough Solicitor to enter her appearance and defend the Borough Council's denial decision in the appeal.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Resolution, suggested motion to authorize the Borough Solicitor to enter her appearance and defend, oh, I'm already there, sorry, move down one. Resolution 2024-12, Lebanon County Hazard Mitigation Plan, Solicitor Cleary will have something in April 9th meeting, so at this point, we won't do anything with that. Ordinance 829, amend Chapter 350, Vehicle and Traffic, has been advertised for the April 9th meeting with addition of the removal of the one-way north-south alley between 900 block of East Maple and East Oak Street. Do we need a motion for that? Or that's for next meeting?
I just have a question. So with the resolution with the Lebanon County plan, has she said any update with like what she feels? Because I know South Londonderry, they passed it with that wording in it.
Yeah, she just gave us today because I gave her the South Londonderry's
Yeah.
to see the language that they use, and she thought it should be a little bit more specific, so she actually pulled some of the language out, the climate change language out and added it to the language.
Okay.
The county's also reached out to us and provided pretty much the directives from the feds that require all that stuff to be in there. And Joselle said that too, and she put that in a letter too, so we'll have all that for the next meeting.
So it should cover then, because I know they submitted everything to the county, and so it passed. They're just waiting now to hear how things are, but it should be, fine. Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, zoning and codes. Everybody's got a report? I have that one. Zoning hearing board, no hearing scheduled for Monday, April 8th at 5:30. Borough manager's report.
I have one item. Pete Aftemus that lives at 982 East Pine Street. He's the last house on the right at the dead end. His property backs up to Southeast Park. Apparently, he would like to have a wedding reception after party for his son's wedding on July 27th from about 2 to 6, and he would like to use a portion of the land behind him that's in Southeast Park to set up a tent, I guess, for eating. We asked him about alcohol, and he said he would restrict, he knows alcohol is not allowed in the park, so he would restrict all that to
And
his
smoking.
property. Yeah, smoking out,
Yeah.
probably the same deal. So, so I guess basically we're just looking for a motion to allow him to do that.
What about liability?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And does this,
that's reception, and never know what happened if something tripped.
In Memorial Park, if anybody brings a tent, you
they
always
have to have liability
Yeah,
insurance.
have liability insurance.
Yeah, that
He
sounds
should.
fair enough.
I'm sure he can get a rider pretty
I would think so.
cheap.
Yeah, and it's far enough in advance.
Yeah.
He should easily be able
And
to get
I
his
mean,
insurance
it
company to do it.
wouldn't even really affect anybody if they wanted to use the balance of the park.
Right.
So we're gonna require him to get some liability insurance for that day.
Does this,
Okay.
would this set a precedent? Well, I mean, yeah,
people come to me all the time asking me about on borough property, if I could marry them. And basically, once you tell them there's no alcohol, they shy away from it.
Well, this is an after party, so they're probably gonna have enough alcohol at the reception.
After-
Sorry, at the
after
recep-
party?
It's an after the reception party.
After party,
Yeah.
cool, I like this.
So, I would imagine that's probably pretty,
Probably.
What's the time frame again?
Two-
I'm sorry.
2 to 6 PM.
so.
Yeah, if they get the
well,
live,
During the day, too.
that's not even
Married
after
early.
the reception, that is the reception.
I don't know, yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, it might be, unless they're getting married very
is
early,
there
so.
anything to do with, I know, I guess not noise stuff, because that's after a certain time, right? Anything in that area?
So we would never be able to say
I would
no.
be
If we say
conservative.
yes, we can never say no to any of these other people who have abutted properties.
Or anybody.
Right.
Doesn't have to be an abutting
Right.
property.
Yeah.
Once you say yes, you've said yes.
But can't we take it situation based, like this is like a wedding reception, what if someone
No,
wants to
you set
like
a precedent.
have like a wrestling match there, like, that's a little different, don't you think?
You know, you've set a precedent. Once you say yes to this, you've set a precedent.
I understand, no, I got you. Well, what's everyone's thoughts? Have we ever done, has this ever been done before? Like someone would use a park like this? Never.
That they actually called us and told us that they're using the
I was gonna
park.
say, how many times has it happened that they've just used it?
Right.
And we're not
Right.
even aware of it?
But I can't say in good faith that there's ever been a 20 by 20 tent in the park.
Wasn't there someone that had a business, had some kind of employee day at
Yeah.
Memorial
a
Day
Memorial
party?
Memorial Park.
Yes.
And they provide us with a certificate of liability.
Okay.
They're not expensive.
I mean, technically our parks are for our residents' use.
Well, the park won't be closed just because they have a
Right,
tent.
right.
So anybody can go,
Anybody can still use it.
anybody can join the
Right.
party.
So if we allow a Memorial Park, why can't we allow it at this park? I mean, with the stipulation of the insurance, just like we
Well,
do with
that's
the other
what,
parks.
that's what I'm thinking. If somebody wanted to rent the pavilion or to rent Memorial Park for a reception, we would allow that
Yeah,
without alcohol.
I think we should just go ahead and write a policy then.
I can
Yeah.
go
Adopt a
back
policy.
when there was alcohol in Fireman's Park. It was approved by council. And that's 10 years ago at least.
Yeah, but I think didn't we change that with the DCED grant?
Yeah, there's no alcohol in any of the parks.
Yeah.
No. Fred, are you referring to the post-prohibition era, or?
No, I do remember that. I do remember. It was some kind of a picnic, had to do with, I'm getting old, can't remember. No, but there was a party, had to do with the fire company, I think.
Was it the Firemen's Convention? The fire? We used,
Well, it was their park too,
yeah,
Yep,
so,
that's right.
it might have been, didn't we do a veterans thing over there? We did a
I know what
veterans
it
thing.
was. It was right after the parade they had back in the 80s. They had like a free beer with the glass. You bought a glass and you
Okay.
drank the free beer.
Well,
that was
I go
Fireman's
Firemen's,
Convention.
yeah.
That was a fun maker, right? I drank it.
I don't think would have a problem as long as they had a
I
liability.
don't either, but it
liability.
might be an idea to write up some sort of,
Yeah.
well, I mean, what do we need a policy for? If we're gonna say yes, we're gonna have to say yes to everything.
It's
Come
gotta
use-
say that there's no
come to use
alcohol,
the
there's no
square.
smoking, you know.
But isn't that
All
the
the regular
standard
rules.
policies already? No alcohol,
Yes.
no tobacco
All the
use,
rules of the park.
right?
Yeah, the rules of the park.
So, because there's no policy. Okay, yeah, then we'll put some together.
Okay.
Yeah, so liability.
Anything else?
Policy.
Well, what's your decision?
Oh, I think we were gonna go ahead and put a policy together. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah,
But he's
I
gotta
hate
have
to say
liability.
no to a resident who wants to use one of the parks, but,
Especially for
but
a
I do
wedding.
worry now it might open
Especially
this
a
up to.
wedding.
Yeah.
Well, we've
right.
stayed consistent with the bounce houses. There's no bounce houses in the park
Yeah.
because they're
They're,
too,
yeah,
too much.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
they're-
I've had calls from companies that actually rent those to say, we have liability insurance. I don't care. Council has set the, the policy, no bounce houses, so. But this person can contact their insurance company and get a rider for the
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
And you're right, no smoking. There's no smoking in our parks. There's no alcohol in our parks.
Now, if they stay on their property, they can.
When somebody rents it like that, or uses it, asks to use it, do they get a copy of the rules? So, because, otherwise you read the little sign at the edge of the park, but
We
not
don't
everybody does.
normally rent out Southeast Park. Southeast Park is just open for anybody to use, so, but when you rent Memorial Park, yes,
Okay.
you get a copy of the rules, and we will make sure that they have a copy of the rules.
And kudos to him for letting us know that he was doing it, because he could have done it and really,
Nobody would have known.
Let's do it the next time, yeah. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay, if you have nothing else, I have no communications. Any other business? Mayor?
no.
Okay, we're gonna open public comment period number 2. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Come up to the mic, please.
Tom Barry, 711 North Grant. With the issue of Pine Street and the park, keep in mind that you have no facility to rent there except for the property, and that someone's gonna have to police that when it's all said and done and make sure it's cleaned up, even though there's no fee that will be held. They should be held liable for that. Other than that, I wish the people of this borough would clean up their yards and their alleys and their sidewalks of all the stuff that's blown around the last 2 weeks.
Well,
way.
I can definitely agree with that.
I'll tell you what,
There's a big piece of plastic stuck in my neighbor's fence that's blowing into my yard, and I'm like, just wait.
across the street where he lives, in the alley, there's a busted headboard from a bed and all other kinds of stuff.
To the left or the right?
Up to Arch Street, make a left, cross over to the next alley, and it's on the right. It looks like a dump.
Shouldn't the trash should have taken that?
What's that?
Is it out where the trash would be?
It would be behind, it's been in the corner of Arch and, is that Division?
But is it where somebody, a resident would have put their trash?
Well, if they do, I wouldn't wanna be in the house with them. It's terrible. They got sofas there, they got, a headboard all busted up, and not even decently put on a pile to pick up.
That one of the 2 code enforcement officers we have know about that.
I said it's a shame Hennessy's not around. Him and I would go on garbage patrol again.
Is it his old house?
Huh?
Is it to the rear of his old house? Is that where it's at?
Yeah, but it's facing the other way, facing, Chestnut.
Okay,
Oh, I
It
know.
looks terrible.
okay.
It's like right across from my house to the left.
I think it's him taking the trash
and
over
down
there
that
and dumping
alley.
it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they put, yeah.
That same thing.
All right, if there's no more comments, we'll close public comment period number 2.
All right.
Announcements, Borough Council will conduct its next public meeting Tuesday, April 9th, 2024, and Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, beginning at 7 p.m. Primary elections being held on normal meeting date of April 23rd. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Sorry.